Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. Welcome back. This is Messages in Music Tarot. I hope you all are doing amazing. So I am back as promised with a reading on the Notorious BIG as requested from one of my subscribers. Okay, I have a couple more in the chamber that I want to get to. I want to look at Michael Jackson, Aaliyah. Who else do I have? Got some written down here. Megan, what's her name? Megan Good. And Jonathan, I don't know why I can't think of her boyfriend's or her husband's last name. Beyonce's Act 3, I want to look at that. And there was another one. The new story with Cardi B and her husband, Offset, claiming that he's not the father of her youngest child and that it's Stephon Diggs' baby. So we'll look at some of those. These are the ones I got lined up. But if y'all have suggestions, just let me know. I'm going to try to get more consistent on this channel. All right. So we're going to look at Biggie's energy. I want to start with the end of Biggie's life. I want to see what was going on because there are reports that he wanted away from Diddy, that he wanted out of his contract. So we'll see. Let's see. What was Biggie's energy towards the end of his life regarding his music, his contract, his future on Bad Boy? What was his energy? It ain't my fault. The Judgment card. Wow. The Judgment card in reverse is Scorpio energy. It says playing the blame game, avoiding responsibility, no self-awareness, pointing fingers, lack of accountability, hard-headed, and failure to learn a lesson. Well, who's a Scorpio? Diddy is a Scorpio. He's saying that Diddy was saying it's not his fault. He feels like Diddy dropped the ball. He feels like Diddy did him dirty and he didn't take accountability for it. So there was some kind of dirty, allegedly, shady business dealings or something that he felt like Diddy was not taking responsibility for. He could have also felt like there was a lapse in judgment on his part, something he wasn't privy to, he didn't know, and they took advantage of him. We got booed up. Okay, wait a minute now. Okay. Well, before he passed, who was he seeing? I don't know. Charlie Baltimore? Was he back with Faith? Was he dealing with Lil' Kim? Or was it all three? He was booed up. This is what he was thinking about. I don't know what that means. We're going to keep moving. Hopefully he wasn't saying he was booed up with Diddy. Diddy is, We got hurtful words. The Five of Swords. This is really interesting. Aquarius Venus energy, like passionate. This is like somebody being very spiteful, bullying, intimidation, mind games, vengefulness. He wants payback. He wants payback. He wants some kind of retribution for what happened to him. He also could be pointing out an argument that happened between the two of them. How was Biggie feeling towards the end of his life in his last days? What was going on with him energetically? A rush job. He says unfinished business, shoddy workmanship, taking shortcuts, cutting corners, not paying attention to detail, a time crunch, and a sense of urgency. He was traveling. He was supposed to be one place. He decided to go to an award show or something. He wasn't even supposed to be there. He was supposed to be out of the country. He feels like he was rushed. Maybe even threatened here. The Five of Swords is bullying, intimidation, threats, violence. Wow. He feels like he didn't get to complete what his mission was on this earth. He feels like security wasn't up to, like his security detail. Because I'm saying not paying attention to detail and thinking of security detail. He feels like, I just looked up and there's this girl dancing on the video. It says, music is my obsession. He feels like he didn't get to complete his mission. He had much more work to do here. Okay. I'm going to look at Faith, how he feels about Faith, ending up marrying, what's his name? Stevie J. How does he feel about Lil' Kim? I'm not going to look at Charlie Baltimore because that was just so short-lived. But let's get a couple more about those last moments of his life. I'm hearing Misa. Misa is Diddy's baby mama, the first one. Misa Hilton. What about Misa Hilton? Because, we got the Star coming to their senses. The Star was coming to his senses. This is Aquarius energy. Common sense, faith, healing, optimism, chakra clearing and alignment, spirituality, spirit guides, light at the end of the tunnel, wish granted, anything is possible in the five senses. I feel like this is him transitioning. I feel like the tower comes before the star. And the star is like that healing energy. That it's the light at the tunnel, at the end of the tunnel. And you think the tunnel, when people transition, they say they go into the tunnel and then they go towards the light. I feel like he's pointing this out and how he's able to see things now, because this is the stripped down version of yourself. And he's able to see himself as a limitless being after he went through the tower moment, which was him being shot, right? Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. He came to his senses. He started seeing something clearly. He met his spirit guides as he was crossing over. His five senses, I feel like it was him. You lose those five senses because you become a spiritual being, not a physical being anymore. So I feel like he's pointing out his actual transition and how quickly it happened, because the tower is an abrupt ending or change, something unexpected. He's like, this wasn't supposed to happen, because he feels like he was supposed to be the star. He feels like his dreams were like just starting to unfold the way they were supposed to. Like Biggie would have been a really big star. He was cut down in his prime, is what I feel like he's saying here with unfinished business. He also started to see something about Diddy. He had an underdog. It says, unlikely winner counted out at a disadvantage, David and Goliath, back against the wall, the Seven of Wands, strong boundaries and standing your ground. This is stubbornness. This is Leo Mars energy. Can talk about fighting back, fighting from your corner. I feel like he very much feels like he was ambushed, because the Five of Swords is ambush, is hateful energy, is power struggle energy. So I do feel like he may have wanted out of something. Now, this rush job could be that he was like, all right, I'm going to put out some music really quickly. Y'all know after he passed, they put out like a double CD or something. And so he already had material. So he could have already had that material in anticipation of getting out of his deal with Diddy. But he felt like he was on the disadvantaged side of it. He felt like he was up against the machine, David and Goliath. And his back was in the corner. Back was against the wall. Pretty privilege. The Six of Wands. Center of attention, fame, pride, supporters. Spotlight on a pedestal and admiration. Six of Wands. He felt like he was becoming a household name. The Six of Wands is about success and victory and being in the spotlight, being in the limelight, being a superstar. So he feels like he had that advantage. It wasn't pretty privilege with Biggie. He knew that he had the talent. He knew that he had that gift of gab. He was a Gemini, you know. He knew that he was a wordsmith. He knew that he was somebody that was supposed to be a big star. I just looked up and it said PPP. And you got pretty privilege here. And it's also giving me that he feels like the way that Diddy was glamorizing hip hop, because Biggie was a true MC, one of my favorites. And this pretty privilege to me, it's almost like giving somebody an unfair advantage, popularity contest kind of energy. I feel like he was pointing out, when I saw PPP on the TV, I don't know why, it just made me think about when people was getting those loans and they were unjustly getting those loans. But y'all know Diddy glamorized. He added that shiny suit stuff to hip hop. He made hip hop more mainstream, more palatable to all of the people that were outside of the urban landscape, you know. Diddy brought that Harlem energy, that finesse energy. And so I feel like Biggie is pointing that out. That wasn't his shtick though. That wasn't his thing. He's like, I'm the underdog. I come from the streets. I had a story to tell. Very good storyteller. I love me some Biggie when it comes to his music. Okay, what else? Overboard. Reaching a stretch, blown out of proportion, unnecessary drama, and going off the deep end with over-exaggeration. Yeah. So in his heart, this is the heart chakra, this green here. He feels like the whole East Coast, West Coast thing was blown out of proportion. He feels like it went too far. I remember when Tupac passed, before him, he said it was an untimely demise, and he wouldn't wish that on anyone. So he's like, it didn't have to go this far. It could have just been kept on wax. It was just a rap beef. But maybe these hurtful words turned into something so much more. Let's move on to, how does he feel about Diddy right now? All the stuff that Diddy is going through. Is this karma? Does he feel like this is karma? Does he feel like it's karma? Guilty pleasures, the devil. He said Diddy's guilty pleasures are catching up to him. Saturn energy. Saturn is disruptive. It is about discipline and responsibility. He's saying, look, you weren't doing things right. Your vices, temptation, lust, hedonism, ego, bad habits, addiction, instant gratification, carnal desires, animal instincts, human nature, low vibrational energy, the 7 deadly sins, oppression, unhealthy habits and attachments, the scapegoat, the devil made me do it. He's saying, nah, Diddy, the devil ain't make you do it. It's your guilty pleasures. It's who you are. It's your dark side. That's Capricorn energy. Wow. We got 88 days. This is the Magician, Gemini, Virgo energy. It says take action, manifestation. He's like, I'm manifesting this. He needs to pay for what he did. This blue is Mercurial energy. The blue is the throat chakra. He also feels like Diddy is a wizard, a warlock. Maybe something's happening over the next 88 days. I know he has court coming up to get his sentencing, but maybe we need to pay attention to the next 88 days. This is Gemini and Virgo energy. We are in Virgo season. The number 88 could be significant for some reason. I don't know. I don't keep up with everything. 88 days. This is also infinity. The number 8 is the infinity symbol. What goes around comes around. So it could be like your guilty pleasures caught up to you. Show me more. The silver lining. Yeah, the star. So he's like, look, you are being exposed. Okay, you're being exposed. So he feels like this is the healing that everybody gets to have. All of the people that Diddy did wrong. This is that silver lining. This is feeling hopeful. Unfortunately, Diddy has created a lot of negative karma for himself. Robbing his artists, allegedly. And doing all of these things, allegedly. And his vices have caught up to him. And I feel like it's almost like all of these souls on the other side. Kim Porter, Diddy, Craig Mack, you name him, Black Rob. A lot of his artists, a lot of people around him have transitioned. And it's like they're on the other side. And they're like forming Voltron on him. Now I see Sixth Sense here, the High Priestess, and I want to tell y'all, when I read on Diddy's energy, because I have, when he was going through his trial, he has a spirit guide. It's a feminine spirit guide. I don't know if it's an ancestor or what. It could be a Cancer or Pisces person, because the High Priestess came out for him a lot. I just looked up, and who is this? Mary J on TV? I think it is. Interesting. Yep, it's Mary J, and it's a song she has with Music Soul Child. So Mary is a Capricorn. Music is a Virgo. I don't know if that means anything. But this high priestess kept coming up in Diddy's energy as protecting him. Diddy, despite what everybody might think, he actually has a lot of spiritual protection. I don't know what he believes in, what he worships, whatever. Could be the devil. I don't know. But he has some kind of spiritual protection over him. It really doesn't feel dark. It's not the devil energy. It's a spirit guide. And the spirit, I mean, we all have spirit guides. Regardless of how we feel about people, they still have spirit guides. He has a very strong spirit guide that really does protect him. But I'm going to put that away. And let's see what comes out here in relation to how he feels about what Diddy. Prohibition fell out. Abstaining from alcohol, drugs, and sex. Sobriety. Cleaning up one's act. Deprivation, celibacy, and delayed gratification. So we from instant gratification and vices to prohibition. He feels like he's being prohibited here. This is the sacral chakra, this color. Wow. So that is Jupiter, Venus, Pluto, Scorpio energy. Diddy is a Scorpio. It's Sagittarius, it's Pisces, Taurus, and Libra energy. Wow. He feels like Diddy has been put into this. Maybe he's been clean for 88 days. I don't know. I guess he's been clean the whole time he's been in there, but maybe something over the last 88 days is significant. He feels like he was forced to clean up his act. And he said, that's what you get. You need time to sit down and really be aware. You need to be cognizant of the stuff that you've done to people. Because when you keep masking it with drugs and sex and all of this stuff, you're not living in it. You've been made to sit your butt down and have to deal with it. We got a royal bloodline and star quality, sitting pretty. Aquarius, Taurus, and Libra is here. Wealth is your birthright, ancestral, cosmic, and karmic power, meant for greatness, born as a chosen one in God's favor. So he does feel like Diddy, he has created this generational wealth for himself because he does see him as a star. I mean, let's be honest, like Diddy, his persona is the reason why a lot of his artists were successful as well. People talked about him being in the videos and stuff, but I mean, that was his thing. And then sitting pretty is the Empress, mother figure, Taurus, Libra energy. This could be Diddy's mother he's talking about here. I don't know what their bloodline is, but maybe he knows something that we don't know, that I don't know. Okay. Why was I hearing Misa? What do you want to say about Misa? Because I was hearing Misa. Oh, he says that Misa is the victim. Oh, yeah. Well, we've heard that. Allegedly. What does he feel about Misa? Because I heard Misa. Failure to communicate, ghosted, misunderstanding, silent treatment, miscommunication, and inconsistent. What is this? Seeing the error of their ways and making necessary changes. The judgment card. Something about Misa with Diddy. Because that's Scorpio energy. Failure to communicate. He also could feel like Misa is calling judgment on something. Like maybe she's going to start speaking up more. What do you feel about Misa? Because I heard Misa. Misa. What are you going to say about Misa? This could even be karma for something that he knows that Diddy did to her, allegedly. The cabal. A clique of secret society. I'm sorry, a clique or secret society. A plot. Mysticism. A small group collaborating and plotting in the shadows. Powerful, sinister forces. Hidden hand. Pulling the strings and calling the shots. Misa? Is Misa a handler? Are you saying she's a handler? Was she sent to Diddy? Because you know they do that in Hollywood. Y'all heard what Cat Williams said about the big face, light-skinned women. And she one of them, no disrespect. I mean, Misa's beautiful, but she does have a big face. She always did. Are you saying she's part of the cabal? What are you saying about Misa? Because they do that in Hollywood. They send these witches to these men. And they think they're meeting them by chance or whatever. What are you saying about Misa here? She has a mean streak, the Queen of Swords. What's Misa's sign, y'all? Uncaring, cold, critical, nitpicking, repressed memories and emotions, and divorcee. Libra, Venus energy. I gotta look her up. She don't feel like an air sign to me, though. I would say maybe, could she be like a Capricorn? I feel like a water or an earth sign is what she might be. But let's look it up because he has a tendency to go for Sagittarians. So let's see if she is a Sagittarius. He normally goes for signs that, Diddy normally goes for signs that are not compatible with water. Kim was a Sagittarius. Cassie was a Virgo, is a Virgo. Young Miami is an Aquarius. So let's see. Misa. Let's see what her birthday is. She is a Capricorn. I said she could be a Capricorn, and I said that because she is kind of flashy in the way that she dresses and stuff, and Capricorns are known for that. Interesting. January 6th. Y'all remember January 6th? What is January 6th known for? That crazy uprising that those people did at the what was it? For Donald Trump. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The insurrection. Misa, what's your deal? Why are you saying you part of the cabal and you have a mean streak? This is bitterness, unforgiveness. He's saying she's seeing the error of her ways, whatever that means, or she's making, maybe the way she's acting towards Diddy, mean streak, maybe she's giving him that Queen of Swords energy, that cold shoulder, you know. Yeah, we're going to move on. Show me his energy towards his ex-wife. Just in general. Supply, codependence, narcissistic supply, inventory, provide, give, and contribute. He feels like she makes poor choices when it comes to relationships. She married after Biggie. She married after that to Stevie J. He feels like she needs to heal. He also feels like she takes care of men in her life. Cautionary tale, heads up, what not to do, a warning. Y'all remember he had a song called Warning. Potential threat, example of what's to come and foreshadowing. Signs of what's to come. Experience is the best teacher, a lesson learned, and learn from your mistakes. He feels like she needs to learn from her mistakes. This is blue. This is the throat chakra. Faith is a Gemini as well. That's Gemini energy. He may be trying to give her a warning about something. What are you warning her about? He says she doesn't learn from her mistakes. She keeps making the same mistake over and over and over again. instead of learning. He sees it coming. He saw something coming. Premonition, intuition, instinct, sixth sense, gut feelings, and predictable. He tries to give her warnings about stuff. He tries to tell her in his own way. It could be dreams. That's High Priestess energy. It could be dreams. Gratitude, the world, completion, success, closure, wish fulfillment, dream come true, and next phase. He does like the way that she handled his estate, his mother, his money. He feels like he left his estate in good hands. He's acknowledging her success and that she's weathered the storm. This is longevity. So he's like, wow, you had some staying power. Wow. So I feel like he is proud of her. He's acknowledging her accomplishments. But when it comes to her love life, he's like, yeah, you need to get it together. He's also saying her soul is on ice, Aquarius energy. He's pointing out inner demons, loss of faith. She is faith. Loss of faith and hope, lack of inspiration, crisis of conscience, deep despair, unmotivated, in a dark place, and falling star. So there's something going on here. He's saying that she suffers in silence, quiet space, Virgo energy, solace, soul searching, or she needs to do some soul searching to heal. He wants her to avoid conflict. He wants her to meditate, contemplate, soul search, and do some healing, because there's some inner demons that she has. Wow. And royal bloodline. So he's like, we created a royal bloodline. Yep. Okay. How did he feel about her marrying Stevie J? Next is Lil Kim, and then I'm going to let y'all go. How does he feel about her marrying Stevie J? Who was one of his producers at one point? So strange. Striking qualities. Unusual, eye-catching, noticeable cheekbones, strong jawline. Why? This isn't the wrong thing. No, it's not. Tooth gap. Distinct eyes, full lips, or other facial features that stand out. What? Striking qualities. Okay, I don't know what that means. I don't know that Stevie J has any distinct striking qualities. What do y'all think? Let me make sure this is not in the wrong deck. It says it's not, but I feel like I put that in the wrong deck. I really do. Admired by others, the Queen of Wands. Warm, loving, popular, in the limelight, social butterfly, alpha personality, moxie, friendly, confidant, lives out loud, bold, natural born leader, inspiration, role model. He just feels like she was very attracted to him. If you got it, flaunt it. Comfortable in your skin, judgment free zone. He's not judging her. He's like, I know you had to move on. You were attracted to somebody else. Happened to be him. He's not mad about it. Because the Queen of Wands is someone who knows all of your secrets, but will not hold them against you. They support you. They encourage you to embrace, all of who you are. So he's not mad at her. And he's also saying, look, she was drawn to him. She was attracted to him. What can I say? The walls closing in. Claustrophobic, pressure, stress, no way out, confinement, self-doubt, negative mind, and stuck. Hands tied. He felt like it was nothing he could do about it anyway. Gemini energy. Gemini Jupiter. This is his card too. Biggie is born May 21st. This card is May 21st through June the 1st. So this is literally the first day of this season is his birthday. So yeah, there was some part of him that felt like, man, like I wish I could be there with my wife, my family, or whatever. She chose him though. But he's also saying that the relationship was a no-win. It wasn't going to work. It was like a prison. One more card for how he feels about Faith, Marion, staying afloat. The Two of Pentacles. All right, so he's like they got a good work relationship. They made music together. It made sense to him. Two of Pentacles is working hard, playing hard, playfulness. This is 2 years. I don't know how long Faith and Stevie J were married, but I know it wasn't a long time. Negotiations, playfulness, financial ups and downs, managing resources, priorities, debt to income ratio, robbing Peter to pay Paul. Adaptable, flexible. It's like he started to accept it because it's like, what can I do about it? But he said he a fanboy. Obsessed with you. Stan, your biggest supporter, a male in a parasocial relationship with you. Overly invested in your life, admirer, and has you on a pedestal, fixated on you. And he wants her to forgive herself. Okay. Next, how you feel about Lil' Kim? I'm hearing Before I Let You Go by Frankie, Beverly, and Maze. I don't know if that song meant anything to them. It would be interesting if she would ever come out and say that. But I just started hearing that song. You Make Me Happy. This you can bet. What do you say after that, y'all? You stay right beside me. I won't forget, or something like that. You know, he's like, she's the one I should have chosen. She's the one I should have chosen. Motherless Child. Back to the Future. Fated Events. He feels like she was his soulmate. Why is he saying she was a motherless child? She's not a motherless child. And her mama name is Ruby. I think that's her mother's name. Or something like that. He's pointing out abandoned. Maybe that he abandoned her. She did say he was like her father. She looked at him like a father figure, but her lover at the same time. Almost like Monique talks about her husband. He's pointing out her childhood wounds and trauma, that she was neglected. It says grew up in foster care, but I don't think she did. Adopted, abused, lost a mother at a young age, mommy issues, or a mother wound. And it says you have the power to shape your own future. All of your choices have consequences. Personal responsibility, learning from the past and fated events, embrace change, ancestral karma, lineage, generational curses, inherited issues, legacy, your bloodline and birthright, family traditions and values, serendipity, unpredictability, go with the flow, divine timing, time travel, the butterfly effect, a blast from the past in reviewing or rewriting history. He wish he could do it all over again. He feels like she was the one he was supposed to be with. I think we all could imagine that. But tell me your feelings about Miss Kimberly Denise Jones. How do you feel about her in hindsight? Healthy competition. He said Kim liked to fight over me. The Five of Wands. He said she like, look, I'm always going to be special to Biggie. She still feels that way. He feels like she's territorial over his image, his legacy. She's like, she still rock with me. She my ride or die. She's the one that never really gave up on me, even in his demise. With his demise, he feels like Kim was fighting for him, always fighting for him. And I know that, you know, her and Faith had actual fights. He's pointing that out, healthy competition. So it's almost like I'm getting like a chuckle from that. Like, yeah, look at this Mercury, Gemini, Virgo energy, communication and mentality. He communicates with her a lot, maybe in dreams, obviously. But I feel like it's like a chuckle because this is friendly competition. It's healthy competition. So he's like looking at it like, all right, well, I put you through some stuff, but you was a soldier. You fought for me. We had a complicated relationship. Five of Wands is a complicated relationship, but you can't let each other go. Even the score, retribution, vengeance, karma, and what goes around comes back around. He feels like Kim got the last laugh because, truth be told, in hindsight, this is the woman I should have chosen. I made her compete with other people. I put her in a situation where she was a side chick and, you know, I had a wife. And the karma is that I went on to realize that my wife wasn't as loyal to me as Kim was. Kim ain't been all over town. She had a baby with somebody, but it took her a long time. Even though I'm sure she dated other people, but y'all know what I'm saying. What's your feelings about Kim? He may even want to make something right with her. Common sense approach, the judgment card. Yeah, that's about seeking forgiveness, righting your wrongs, being self-aware. It's prudence and good sense. Awakening, a rebirth, Kundalini rising, North Node, and renewal. He sees her through brand new eyes now. He feels like she was a part of his North Node and that he should have actually aligned with her. Because this is the person that calls you higher. Wow, Scorpio energy. Kim is a Cancer. Show me what else you want to say about Kim. People are fallible. Everyone will hurt you eventually. Who is worth suffering for? I feel like he's admitting that he hurt her. Gatekeeper, the Strength card. He feels like she was an influence over him. She helped to tame him. She was very persuasive. She was a peacemaker. She killed people with kindness. She's a tough cookie. She has a lot of self-control, intestinal fortitude, and that she changed him for the better. And she was a positive influence over him. But I feel like he's acknowledging here that, yeah, I hurt you. And maybe she hurt him too in some ways. But he's like, forgive me. Because the Judgment card is seeking forgiveness. So he's like, look, I had my ways. He said, all is fair in love and war. An easy target, a sitting duck. No one is above reproach. Anyone can get it. Acceptable. Cause and effect. Leveling the playing field. Equal treatment and impartiality. And then we got mysterious circumstances. Odd, strange, unbelievable, and explainable. I do feel like he still communicates with her. And then consideration is reconciliation. Cancer energy, the Queen of Cups. Oh, June 21st through July 21st. And then you got hurt feelings. So he's considering her feelings now. He's noticing her grief. He's like, you cried over me. You had a soft spot for me. You love me unconditionally. And I wish I could make it right. Oh, Kim, I hope you see this one day. All right, y'all, that's it. That's going to be it for me today. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you all the next time I post. Peace.